things are escalating very quickly. Once you open that door and you look inside and you see what's happening, you can't unsee it. I only want two things. I want peace, so it has to be a peaceful movement or reaction. So if whatever thing I'm talking about, if it's peaceful and it leads us towards a national divorce, then I'm for it. So now I'm in a much different place. We're going to the story now that's been talked about quite a bit. The drag queen dances for children. These pictures are disturbing. It's very troubling to see this. And people were confused and they're saying, well, why are you so upset? What they're doing is mental gymnastics to avoid having to be called whatever else, a right-winger, bigot, whoever else, whatever else. People know this is wrong and they're still involved with it. This is crossing a line. Now, for me, the ultimate libertarian utopia is, because you would have, let's just do states, because if it was true anarcho-capitalism, then you would just be in territories. It wouldn't really be states even. But just to make it simple, think about the state as your territory. Either something like this is illegal or it's not. And if you want something like this to be legal, then you would have to go to you'd have to live in a territory that allowed it. And that's how you maintain peace. If people were wondering, why was this so bad? Are you serious? We need you to wake up. I need you to be real. I need you to be honest. If you don't see what the problem is with this, or the problem I might have, hey, I still have the approach, do you? Either it's illegal or it's not. Obviously it's not, since they didn't get arrested. Should it be though? I don't even think it needs to be, should have to be said. It should be some type of violation of something. I don't know. But they've got little kids in a bar type area, and there's dancers, and there's a sign that says it's not gonna lick itself. Could you imagine being in a workplace environment? And this tweet is from Seismology Matters. And I was thinking the same thing, but this tweet was just perfect. And I walked up to a coworker, anybody walks up to our coworker and says, it's not going to lick itself. Boom, fired, gone. What if a coworker went up, you're in the lunchroom or something like that. You're like, you're trying to make a joke. Those dishes aren't going to wash themselves. Boom, fired, gone. You bring your lunch from home and you've got it all broken up like a little kid or something like that in different sections, and you say, this sandwich won't make itself. Boom, fired, gone. They're bringing their kids into an environment that has a sign. It's right there. It's not like it was a small sign like off in the corner. I saw some fathers there, let me not say father. I saw some men there, a couple. I don't know what they think their duty is, but they completely dropped the ball on their responsibilities. And it's not just up to the men, but I'm a man, so I speak on that level. That wasn't a proud moment. And that has nothing, I haven't even talked about the identity yet, notice. It's irrelevant. If the person dancing was a woman, or a man dressed as a woman, I haven't even brought that up yet. Or if the child is LGBT or not, it doesn't matter. To my take at this point, it doesn't even matter. So make it a straight venue. How would you think of me if I came up on YouTube and took my two sons to a bar, had a woman in an outfit, and they were putting money in the woman's outfit, and the sign said it ain't gonna lick itself, was at the bar? What would you say? You would be calling the police on me right now. You'd be like, there's this bruh on this channel. I used to like him, but I don't know what happened. So it has nothing to do with identity. Don't pull that card. Don't do that. What's happening is really simple. People might think I'm crazy. It's not complicated. Black Lives Matter, we were here just a year ago, 2 years ago. Black Lives Matter's number one goal was to be anti-MAGA. It's on the website. I'm not making that up. That is a fact. Their number one, and more than that, it's like 4 out of their top 7 goals are to be anti-MAGA. We're just doing the same thing. Same thing, different label. And even with the Black Lives Matter, they tried to label in the LGBTQ and all that. So now I'm bringing identity, because the only reason that you would be okay with that is identity, in my opinion. So now you take the straight scenario I gave you, where you would have called the cops on me. Now I put the LGBTQ identity on it, and it's all good. Just like the riots of the Summer of Love. Oh, normally you'd be like, what the hell? No, the riots were justified. It was the language of the unheard is the type of quote they took from misquote from MLK, that he said the quote, but he didn't mean it to justify violence. So they put the identity on it to do something that they know in their heart is wrong. So they're using the identity for the same thing. So there's not a global network for this LGBTQ push, but everyone who is pushing Black Lives Matter is pushing this LGBTQ type of commercialization. So I'm trying to separate it, just like you try to separate global network from the local chapters to a certain extent, or even more global network from your neighbor who doesn't know what's wrong about Black Lives Matter but just wants to do something good. So I'm not telling the people that are in that bar that they're just bad people. They are being manipulated, though. You are being used. The LGBTQ push, this whole Pride Month push, is now it's done in the same way Black Lives Matter was done. It is an anti-MAGA movement. That's it. It has nothing to do with sex. When you look at the acronyms for LGBTQ, I did that in the previous video where I spelled out all the 15 letters or whatever. One of the A's is for ally. You don't even have to be gay to be in the group. At this point, the only people not in the identity are MAGA, is the populist right. That is the whole point of this. It's not about sex. I know sex is in this, but that's not what this is about. They feel like it's a path to take their children away from something they've been told is evil. I guarantee you, if I asked any of them, they wouldn't even know why they should hate MAGA. Those are the demands of BLM on the website. It's about grooming them. Yes, it is, but not about sex. They don't care. They don't care if the kids are gay or not. In my opinion, what they care about is that they are allied to that community, however that looks like to them. I consider myself an ally as well, but not how they view it. So they are grooming them into the establishment. We want you to be raised where you respect Joe Biden, Mitt Romney, Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi, CNN, not Stuck in the Middle, not Tim Pool, not Joe Rogan. You will believe the establishment. That's all it's about. There are different avenues. That's what this whole live is going to be about. There's a million different avenues to funnel people into that life. Black Lives Matter is an avenue. LGBTQ is an avenue. There's a million different avenues. If there was, instead of it's not going to lick itself on the wall, if there was a Make America Great Again sign on that wall, they would have ran their kids out of there. They would have dragged their kids right out of there in 2 seconds. They view MAGA worse than it won't lick itself. They would put their kids on the lap of a known pedo or MAP before they put their kid on the lap of somebody with a Make America Again t-shirt. It's that simple. It's not more complicated than that. And this is just one of those avenues. They would have ran their ass out the club. They would have dragged Jill and Johnny and Scott and Asher. They would have dragged their ass out of that club and said, we're never coming back. They would have been on their phone to the local Dallas Antifa and said, burn it down, because of the MAGA sign, not because of the other stuff. Convince me I'm wrong. I feel like Steven Crowder. I should go outside and change my mind. Haven't seen it yet. Maybe somebody will. It's not any deeper than that. some people go too far and then maybe they will push their kids to something. But to me, imagine if the LGBTQ identity was associated with MAGA somehow. Do you think they would be pushing their kids towards that? Of course not. We are groomed. We are being groomed. So you want to use this word groomer. Yeah, people are grooming the kids. That's clear as day to see. But we as adults are being groomed. And then we're passing that grooming down to the children. That's what's happening. J6 is in the news right now. I'll talk about that later. Black Lives Matter, Kyle Rittenhouse. The people don't even know the facts of the cases. The people who are calling Rittenhouse this evil thing or whatever, they don't even know the facts of the case. They don't want to know. It's just either he's a MAGA guy or not. They don't even know. Kyle Rittenhouse was like, I like BLM. Russiagate, impeachment, CRT, children going to drag shows, human resource reps from hell, big tech, pandemic, anti-1A, anti-2A. It's all an attack on the populist right. That is what it is at its base. There might be some flowers or offsprings or offshoots coming out of it. At its base, if you were to dig up the roots, the root would be anti-MAGA, which really means anti-populist. There is no movement on the left. If there was, it would be attack on the left too. That's all we're seeing.